Today is the feast of the patron saint of England, St George. I'm sure everyone is familiar with the traditional story of George and the dragon. I feel it's time for something a little more light-hearted in Thought for the Day. So today I'm going to tell you a different version of this story which I wrote for children. Don't switch off, because all the best children's stories have a good message for adults. And in fact, the very best children's stories are really meant for adults. So I need you to set aside your preconceived ideas about George and the dragon, to plug in your imagination, to remember how the Magnificat celebrates God's turning our expectations upside down, and also to bear in mind that I'm playing both parts, George and the dragon. So here we go. One day, George was out for a nice walk in the forest, when suddenly from round a tree there came a dragon. Dragon. Good morning. Who are you? My name's George. Saint George, actually. Ah, I think I may have heard of you. Well, I'm not surprised. I'm quite famous. Famous for what? Well, I don't want to worry you unduly, but as a matter of fact, I'm famous for killing, dragons. Killing dragons? Yes. Like me? Yes. Interesting. Interesting? Don't you mean frightening? Well, not so much. I can breathe fire, you know. Now, if you're threatening me... Calm down, George. I'm not going to. Not yet, anyway. I was wondering... Wondering what? Well, of course, I don't know very much about it, but if you're a saint, that means a good person, right? Yes, definitely, a good person. Yes, and that means that you try to follow Jesus? Exactly. You've got it, dragon. Yes, I thought so. Well, now we've cleared that up, shall we get on with the fight? There's just one thing I don't understand. If you follow Jesus, did he go around killing dragons then? Well, no, not actually dragons. Oh, so did he kill other things? Maybe lots of things? No, Jesus didn't kill anything or anyone. Right, okay. And wasn't there that thing he said, let me see, how did it go now? Love your enemies? Yes, that's right. So? Well, I was just thinking, if you're a saint and you're really trying to follow Jesus, and, you know, excellent, really, where does the killing dragons bit come in? It's... Oh, you wouldn't understand. There was this damsel in distress. I mean, I had to do something. I had to rescue her. A damsel in distress, right. A damsel. So I don't see any damsels at the moment in distress, but you still want to kill me. All right, you've made your point. But if I don't kill the dragon, then what do I do? Oh, I don't know. Maybe make friends with it. Friends? Me? With a dragon? You must be out of your mind. Well, you could at least think about it. But dragons are bad. Dragons are evil. Dragons frighten damsels in distress. Dragons need to be killed. Everyone knows that. But George, look at me. Look at me properly. Do I really look like that? Perhaps not at the moment. Well then, not all dragons are the same, just like humans. Some dragons are good, some are bad. Most are okay, especially when you get to know them. So what type are you then? I'm a friendly dragon. How's about we become friends? It would be a lot more fun than fighting. Friends with a dragon. I'll never live this down. Okay, I'll give it a go. But don't you dare tell anyone. My lips are sealed. Well, we all know how it kills a joke to explain it, so I'll try not to do that. With children, I would go on to talk about stereotyping. For us, there is much more in it. Suffice it to say that the dragons in these ancient stories probably stood for our deepest human fears. And today's psychologists tell us that one good way of dealing with our fears and anxieties, instead of screaming and running away, is to face them and even befriend them. So I'll leave you to reflect on that and to pray that over for yourself. Or, if you prefer, just to enjoy the story.